Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who has watched and subscribed. Our last video gained momentum pretty quick and I'm so excited to have you all here. Today, we're going to talk about stress. That's right, stress isn't just for humans. Hamsters are in fact very sensitive creatures. So simple things like cleaning their environment can be a really stressful experience. Today I'm going to show you how I make that experience a lot easier for Nug. Before we start, I just wanted to address the many questions I received from my last video about people not seeing a wheel in Nug's enclosure. As some of you may know, I rescued Nug from my local humane society, and he came with a tiny cage and several tiny accessories, including a 6-inch wheel and a similar sized saucer. These items are much too small for Syrian hamsters like Nug, so I had ordered him a larger wheel and was waiting for it to arrive. Thanks to everyone who was concerned, but Mr. Nug is loving his nocturnal marathons on a lovely 12-inch silent spinner wheel by KT. Alright, let's talk about stress. Hamsters are really sensitive creatures. Chronic nervousness, fear, and anxiety are not uncommon in hamsters and can cause them significant distress. So if we can understand the signs of anxiety, we can help to prevent them from having a stressful life. So there are many causes of anxious behavior in hamsters. Things like the introduction to a new home, new people, the presence of predators like your cats or your dogs. Anything that messes up their routine can also cause anxiety, whether it's a lack of exercise, a lack of a social contact with their regular person, a change in household activity levels or noise, a change in feeding or cleaning schedules. All of those things can cause anxious behaviors. So what are some of the ways that we can make life less stressful for our hammies? Well, first of all, when you are approaching them, always approach slowly and calmly. Never startle them or put them in a situation where there are loud or threatening noises. Often children don't realize how scary their behavior can be to a small animal, and they can frighten them with fast movements, loud voices. That just causes them distress. Hamsters have a really high metabolic rate, and if you regularly handle your hamster, you can probably feel how fast their little heart beats. They don't show outward signs of pain, so they could be suffering before you even realize anything is wrong, and that's why it's so very important to limit any stress for them. Next, if you're going to handle them, make sure that you are being patient in gaining their trust so that they learn not to be afraid of you. Once you are able to handle your hamster, do it in a very gentle and confident manner. Handling can also be very stressful for them, so it's important that you regularly check them for health and wellness and also just to bond with them. I thought we would dive into something that causes a lot of stress aside from the other things that I just mentioned today, and that is cage cleaning. I'm going to share my process with Nug and how I've made it as stress-free as I can for him, and hopefully this helps you too. The main stressor for hamsters is changing their scent and cage layout. It isn't necessary to fully clean out your hamster's cage daily, especially if you are providing the recommended amount of bedding for your hamster breed. For Syrians, a minimum of 6 inches, but at least 10 inches is best. If you provide your hamster with a sand bath or a litter, they will most likely start going to the bathroom in the same place, and this makes it much easier to clean and maintain. This will allow you to spot clean once a week, and then every 4 to 6 weeks you can do a more thorough cleaning. Less stress for everyone. Since hamsters have such poor eyesight and they can't see very well, they rely heavily on their sense of smell. This is why it is so important to mix in a bunch of their old bedding with the new one. Even if it has a few droppings in it, when you're doing a thorough clean, it doesn't matter. It contains their scent and it will make them feel more comfortable, less stressed out, and more familiar with their enclosure. When you are spot cleaning, you also have to remove them from their familiar home. What I have done is I have worked with Nug to slowly get him used to another area in my home where he won't be stressed. Just about every evening, I bring him into my master bathroom and let him run around. He has rubbed his scent over multiple surfaces and is now quite comfortable in that room. When it is time for a thorough cage cleaning, he goes in there and he is completely fine and safe. I always ensure to include loads of old bedding, and as you can see, when he goes back in, he is keen and interested in what's happening. I always be sure to add some new enrichment, whether it's homemade or bought, to keep him from being bored, and I always watch for signs of anxiety and stress. It has taken some time, but with a lot of patience, he fully trusts me and he is comfortable in his holding environment, which is my master bathroom, in the case that he ever needs to be out of his enclosure. Some other signs to look for if you think your hamster is stressed or possibly sick are loss of appetite, inactivity, huddling in a corner, like an unkept coat, he's not keeping himself clean, any sneezing, wheezing, discharge from their nose or their eyes, wetness around their tail, any change in their bowel movements, like you can see diarrhea or anything like that, or even hair loss. So if you see any of those behaviors, contact your vet as soon as possible. There's definitely something wrong and you just want to make sure you catch it, and make sure that your hammy lives a very long and healthy life. Educating each other and helping to spread the word that these animals aren't expendable. They are living creatures who we have adopted as pets. So it's our responsibility to make sure that we're doing our research, we're taking care of them as best as we can, and we are giving them the best life that they can have since they are in captivity. Keeping an eye on your hammy's behavior is key, and if you see they go into a stressed, anxious, or fearful place, you can do your part to help them through it. Thanks for watching. If you like my content and want to see more, please hit the like button and subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments if there are any specific topics that you would be interested in learning. I'm always looking for new content ideas. Thanks again and have a great day. #NugLife.